And he asked me like, can I please write a poem about you in this dress? Hello, my name is Aurelia. I am a content creator and the founder of Mademoiselle Diaries, where we help women become their most beautiful, elegant, and feminine self. And currently, I'm in the midst of a lot of different travels, but right now I am in Jakarta in Indonesia. I think as a little girl, I had different visions for myself. I wanted to be a teacher, I wanted to be a voice actor, I wanted to be a pop star. I really grew up with a lot of Britney Spears and Mariah Carey. I just really wanted to be in the spotlight. But I think as time went on, I didn't necessarily want it to be a pop star anymore. So I would say that my life right now looks totally different than what I envisioned, because I didn't know that what I do right now for a living actually is a thing. Like, teaching women how to become feminine is so niche, and I just didn't think that was a possible thing back then. So I would say it is not very close to my vision as a child, but in a good way. This is a very interesting question, because in some settings, people would say that I'm very type A, in the sense that I'm very diligent with my work, with my schedule, with how I spend my time. But in around other people, they would probably say I'm very type B, where I also am very spontaneous with my plans, with travels, for example. I don't really think about 5-year plans like that, like maybe other people would. So definitely somewhere in the middle. My favorite form of exercise is definitely weightlifting. I've been weightlifting since I was a teenager. I love how it's able to give you shape and give you curves. I think it's the coolest thing ever. And also, my least favorite form of exercise is anything to do with cardio at the gym. I just think it's extremely boring to stay static, running in a treadmill or in the elliptical. I just don't really enjoy doing those things at the gym. I don't mind going outside. I don't have a lot of, I like any kind of exercise, but those two things, just find it really, really dreadful. I'd say that my ideal first date is actually the first date that I had with my partner. We just went for an activity together. We did a mini golf, and it was so helpful in just loosening ourselves a little bit, and just bringing in the laughter, the fun, and just calming the nerves. And after that, we went for a drink, and I just prefer going for a drink as opposed to a full course meal on the first date. I think it's a little bit too much for me to go for a full meal. And after that, we just went on a stroll in the city and looked at the view. The city view at night, I think it's super romantic. You can have amazing chats, amazing conversations. It's a very simple way to spend your night, but I think it's really, the intention matters a lot, and that is what makes the date super valuable, in my opinion. There was this one time where I wore this red dress in university in a lecture hall, and at the end of the lecture, this guy comes up to me and compliments my dress. He's like, "Wow, I love your dress." I'm like, "Oh my God, thank you so much." And he asked me like, "Can I please write a poem about you in this dress?" I was so caught off guard. Nobody has ever wanted to write a poem. Like, nobody has ever asked me that before. It's like, oh my God, of course. And then he asked me, what is your favorite floral scent? And I told him, I like jasmine. And a week later, he comes back with a poem that he's written, and it's covered in a paper that smells like jasmine. I just thought it was super thoughtful. Number one, that there's a whole poem out there written about me that is just so thoughtful, and that is covered in my favorite scent as well. So I have done a lot of love languages tests, and every single time it comes out differently. I'm just gonna trust my gut and my intuition on this one. I think I feel the most loved with physical touch. I definitely love physical affection. When I want to feel my most beautiful, confident, and sexiest, I actually wear what I'm wearing right now. It's a silk black dress. I love that my décolleté area is open. This is for my ladies who, for example, they don't want to show too much skin, but at the same time, they want to feel sexy and confident. This décolleté area is a vulnerable zone as a woman, so it's a great way to still feel sensual without being too immodest. I just love this dress. Is so simple. I just throw it on. I have so many other dresses like this in different colors and in different fabrics, but super easy to throw on. And after that, I just, of course, with any look, I need my black strappy heels. It just instantly elevates my confidence. You walk so differently with heels. So definitely a hack. What do I find attractive in a man? What I find super attractive in a man is a sense of ownership, a sense of I can handle this, whether it be in his work. You know, he has a great sense of ownership in his work, in his life purpose, in his career, in his relationships, in his family. I love that, and I think a lot of women admire that in a man who wants to take care of things that will add you 5 points immediately. Okay, for the men who are watching this, if you are dating a woman right now, you need to learn about her cycle. That will absolutely prepare you for all of the mood shifts that she experiences. A lot of men are confused why women will act up all of a sudden, why, there would be a problem out of nothing. It's because a woman is different every single week, let alone every single day she's different. Her hormones are always up and down, and it actually is a beautiful thing. But you need to learn how to, for example, bring up conversations. Like, please don't bring up a conversation in her luteal phase, a relationship conversation, a big talk in her luteal phase. Do it maybe when she's in her follicular or her ovulatory phase. Knowing her different phases, there are 4, will absolutely save you from those headaches that you might get as a man, where you're confused, like, what has happened? Why is she so different today? It's probably also her hormones, but probably there's other valid reasons. But I'm telling you, you will get really far, and she will absolutely love you if you understand that part of her. This is super easy. I wish men wore more suits. I think it's an instant, like, when men wear suits, you stand out immediately, because a lot of the time today, people are really dressing down. They're not really putting much effort. You see athleisure everywhere. Wearing a suit will help you stand out, and trust me, women will find that very, very unique and attractive, and 100% it will make you stand out. A lot of people do say that I'm more of a femme fatale type because maybe I do seem a little bit more reserved in the beginning, but actually it is unintentional, or maybe it is intentional. I don't know. I do watch a lot of femme fatale movies and I love them, but I would say I'm more of a girl next door type. Like, my personality is definitely very warm, very bubbly, very loud once you get to really know me. So I have 2 different sides of me depending on the situation and the person in front of me, definitely. I would say Chet Baker, because I listened to him in such a critical period of my life, and I also watched a movie that was made about his story, and I read a lot about his story, and now when I listen to him, I just get in my emotions. I think he has such a beautiful voice, and the funny thing is, when he first started singing, a lot of people would say that he's super out of tune, but I think that his out of tuneness actually adds a little charm to his song. So I love Chet Baker so much, yes. Honestly, I probably wouldn't spend it much differently, and I'm very grateful that I get to live a life that I actually love living in. Like, I wake up and I actually enjoy and look forward to things that I do. I love the work that I'm doing with women. I would still continue meeting with women for book clubs, for feminine hours, chat all things womanhood and femininity. I would spend a lot of time with my friends and family, probably travel around the world, and of course read as many books and watch as many movies as possible, because I will definitely be missing that. I think this year, what I've been trying to improve the most is actually to get out of my comfort zone constantly. Because I found that every time I get out of my comfort zone, I am my most confident. So I really want to challenge myself to take on things that I'm actually scared of doing. For example, I used to be afraid of interviews, I used to be afraid of the spotlight or public speaking, things like that. So I want to do more of that. I want to take more risk because that I know that on the other side of overcoming my fears and taking on these risks, I will actually become a much more confident person. And also, coming out of your comfort zone apparently increases your will to live. It has been studied. So I want to increase my will to live too. And that is why I'm going to be taking on more risk, especially in 2026. I'm so ready to take on new challenges and get out of my comfort zone. It definitely would be Audrey Hepburn because number one, she is the actress that really got me into old Hollywood cinema. I love old Hollywood movies, and I would love to be able to work with other old Hollywood actors and actresses, and to be dressed in beautiful Parisian designer clothing. I think what her wardrobe is just beautiful, and yeah, she's a woman that I truly admire. She has inspired my journey in becoming more elegant, and she's very, very sophisticated as a woman. I really look up to her. I don't know. There's two. I would say my greatest guilty pleasure would probably be coffee. And when I say like that, you probably don't think it's a big deal, but I really do enjoy my very bitter black coffee. And a lot of people would come up to me and say, hey, maybe you should tone it down on the coffee, or how about you replace it with something else? And I'm like, no, this brings me so much joy and so much excitement in the mornings. I'm not going to stop it. Even though maybe there's whatever study that has been made, blah, blah, the hormone, I don't care because it brings me so much joy, and I think that is actually good for my well-being. My great-grandmother, actually, she's 99, and she's always had this whiskey ritual every day at 4 p.m. She would drink a glass of whiskey, and is that the healthiest thing to do? Probably not, but she lives, and she's still alive today. She's 99, and I'm pretty sure that this ritual helped her maintain her joy and maintain her joy in life. Oh, that's it. Okay.